During the course of this video, we're going to show you how to interconnect a 2975 tester with a 2630 tester to create a complete testing system. Connect the system to a device under test, also known as a DUT. Run the sequence and view test results. It is highly recommended that you view the 2900 series and 2600 series quick start videos prior to watching this tutorial. Don't forget to visit our website at www.hipot.com to find out more information on electrical safety testing. The 2900 and 2600 slaughter systems are designed for complete safety compliance testing. The two testers can be interconnected as a system to allow for Hipot, insulation resistance, and ground bond testing with the push of a button. The 2900 and 2600 system configurations are as follows. In this video, we will be using a system 2637. This system consists of a 2975 Hipot tester and a 2630 ground bond tester. To interconnect these two units, you will need the 2600 to 2900 interconnection kit. This kit contains the following parts: sequential operation interconnect cable assembly, simultaneous operation interconnect cable assembly, return interconnection cable. It is important to note that you will use either the sequential operation or simultaneous operation cable interconnections, not both. The sequential operation cable set will cause the Hipot test to run after the ground bond test has completed. The simultaneous operation cable set will cause the ground bond and Hipot test to run at the same time. For this video demonstration, we will be using the sequential operation cable set. Before making any connections, make sure both of your testers are turned off to avoid a potential shock hazard. Using the interconnection cable set, connect the red cable end labeled Hipot to the remote input-output of the 2900 tester. Next, connect the black female cable end to the signal input of the 2600. Then connect the black male cable end to the signal output of the 2600. These connections will allow two instruments to share signals so they can operate as a system. You must also interconnect the return point from the 2900 to the 2600 using the return interconnect cable. Plug one end to the return port on the front panel of the 2900. Plug the other end to the interconnect port on the rear panel of the 2600. Finally, we're going to show you how to connect the system to a DUT and run the test sequence. To connect the system to a DUT, you're going to need the following accessories: the ground return clip lead, the high current clip lead, the high voltage clip lead. If using the optional universal style adapter box instead of the clip style leads, you will need the adapter box. First, connect the return lead to the return terminal of the 2630 unit. Unscrew the return terminal and place the return lead lug over the exposed conductor on the return terminal. Screw the return terminal back in to tighten the connection. Next, connect the red high current lead in the same fashion as the return lead. Unscrew the current terminal and place the high current lead lug over the exposed conductor on the current terminal. Screw the current terminal back in to tighten the connections. Now, connect the high voltage lead by plugging the white Alden style connector into the HV terminal on the 2900 tester. Once all of these connections have been made, you can now connect your DUT. If you are using the optional adapter box, the front panel connections for the current and return are the same. They are simply terminated in the adapter box instead of a clip lead. Clip the high voltage lead to the mains conductors of the DUT. In this case, we're shorting the line and neutral wires, which are the black and white wires, to the high voltage lead. Next, connect the return lead to the chassis of the DUT. This allows for a return path for the leakage current so the unit can measure leakage through the insulation of the DUT. Finally, connect the high current lead to the ground wire or ground point. If using the adapter box, simply plug the product's 3-prong line cord into the adapter box and connect the return lead to the chassis of the DUT. Close the DUT enclosure door, stand back, and push the test button on the 2600 to run your test sequence. The 2600 will act as the master unit in the system, so you only need to start the test from this tester. The Hipot test will start automatically. When using this system, you will notice that the 2600 will automatically sense when high voltage is active. The display on the 2600 will change to show a W on, indicating that the dielectric withstand test is processing. The initialization of the Hipot test will now be controlled by the 2600 through the interconnect cables. To review your results, simply press the up and down arrow keys on the 2900 and 2600.